Our top focus this morning, at least 7 people have been killed, over 140 wounded in Sudan after Sudan's top general declared a state of emergency and dissolved the parliament. This sparked protests within the country, condemnation from world leaders. And we get you all the latest updates from the events unfolding in Sudan. Crowds protested into the night denouncing the military coup, with chaos particularly engulfing the capital, Khartoum. Soldiers opened fire on demonstrators, reportedly killing 7 people.
يضربوا رصاص ثلاث بتاع الصوت، يضربوا البومبان، ضربوا رصاص في 2 وقعوا، ديل ماتوا، أنا شفتهم بعيني. وفي بتاع تاتشر وطلعوا واحد عديد ورجعوا فيهم مرتين زول، ده ثالث واحد ماشي.
Sudan's top general Abdel Fattah al-Burhan has blamed political infighting as the reason for the takeover and has promised a transition to civilian rule, with elections planned for July 2023. But Sudan's civilians remained unconvinced and protested through Monday night. Now, videos have emerged on social media of the chaos that unfolded following the coup. People can be seen running from gunfire in the capital city. Youths opposed the barricaded to the streets and clashed with the troops. The coup has sparked condemnation. The United States said that it has paused a $700 million economic support for Sudan, and that the State Department said that it does not know where Prime Minister Hamdok is. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that he strongly condemned this takeover.
The United States condemns the actions taken overnight by Sudanese military forces. The arrest of civilian government officials and other political leaders, including Prime Minister Hamdok, undermines the country's transition to democratic civilian rule. The civilian-led transitional government should be immediately restored. In light of these developments, the United States is pausing assistance from the $700 million in emergency assistance appropriations of economic support funds for Sudan. Those funds were intended to support the country's democratic transition as we evaluate the next step for Sudan programming.
France, the European Union, the United Nations, the UK have all reacted. Britain said that the coup was an unacceptable betrayal of the Sudanese people, while UN Secretary General called for the immediate release of the Prime Minister and other officials under house arrest. The Security Council is expected to hold emergency over Sudan meeting today. Sudan is no stranger to coups. In fact, last attempt was foiled only last month and forged a divide between the military and the civilians. The country has been ruled for most of its post-colonial history by military leaders who all seized power in coups. It became a pariah to the West under Bashir, who hosted Osama bin Laden in the 1990s, and it is wanted by the International Criminal Court in the Hague of war crimes. The country is also in an economic crisis, helped by foreign aid. The civilian government had claimed credit for some signs of stabilization. And our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report. Let's listen in.
The United Nations Security Council is expected to meet behind closed doors on Tuesday to address the crisis in Sudan. The special session was requested by Britain, Estonia, France, Ireland, Norway, and the United States. Meanwhile, the United States has froze $700 million in direct assistance to the Sudanese government in response to Monday's coup, and American officials have demanded that the Sudanese military immediately release civilian leaders and restore the transitional government. Speaking to reporters on Monday, State Department spokesman Ned Price said that the coup came as a surprise to the United States, despite the fact that there was a special envoy in Khartoum as recently as Sunday. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.